The coming week of Coronation Street promises one of the most harrowing and emotionally shattering storylines in the show's long history, as Lisa Swain is caught in a devastating car crash that will leave Weatherfield and Corey Dale reeling. This is not merely the violent collision of vehicles and steel, it is a collision of trust, love, obsession, and lives, leaving wounds that may never fully heal. At the heart of this unfolding nightmare is Becky Swain, a woman whose obsession has been simmering quietly for weeks, growing ever more dangerous with chilling precision. What begins as subtle manipulation escalates into a carefully orchestrated scheme designed to control both Lisa and her daughter, Betsy, a plan that ultimately sends them hurtling toward catastrophe. Driven by desperation and a warped sense of triumph, Becky engineers a chain of events that feeds fear, fuels panic, and leads inexorably to tragedy. For weeks, she has woven an intricate web of lies, targeting Lisa's deepest vulnerability, her fierce, unwavering need to protect her child. Every fabricated threat, every staged incident, every whispered warning has been meticulously calculated to secure Lisa's compliance. Against the advice of those closest to her, Lisa allows Becky back into her life. Carla Connor, perceptive and protective as ever, sees through Becky's facade from the start. She watches helplessly as Lisa clings to hope, wanting to believe Becky has changed, only to open the door to a living nightmare. When Becky convinces Lisa that their family is in immediate danger, fear overwhelms reason. Mysterious messages, escalating intimidation, and the suggestion of a looming external enemy push Lisa into a desperate decision to flee Weatherfield at once. Becky presents herself as the calm, rational savior, insisting that leaving the country is the only way to keep Betsy safe. Doubts flicker in Lisa's mind. Becky's insistence on surrendering their phones, her increasingly controlling behavior, all of it sets alarm bells ringing. But once again, Lisa chooses trust, believing she is acting in her daughter's best interests. What Lisa does not know is that Becky's manipulation runs even deeper. Carla has been taken hostage by Becky, trapped and terrified, while Lisa believes she is simply escorting her family away from danger. As Lisa drives toward the ferry, Betsy beside her and Becky behind the wheel, the tension becomes almost unbearable. The road ahead feels like a ticking time bomb, fueled by lies, obsession, and desperation. Then comes the phone call that changes everything. Carla's voice brings a fleeting moment of relief and hope for Lisa, but it is a moment that ignites chaos. As fragments of truth begin to surface, horror and suspicion flood her mind. Piece by piece, the terrifying reality of Becky's deception comes into focus. Becky panics. Her grip on the situation, and the car, begins to unravel. Her driving grows erratic, unstable, uncontrollable. And then, in a heart-stopping sequence of screeching tires, a last-second swerve, and blinding headlights, disaster strikes. A brutal multi-car collision explodes across the road in an instant. As Vicky Myers, who plays Lisa Swain, explains, within a split second, it's catastrophic. Life will never be the same again for many characters in Weatherfield. The crash is chaotic, devastating, and utterly life-altering. Emergency crews race to the scene, where twisted metal and shattered glass bear silent witness to the terror that unfolded in seconds. Lives are irrevocably changed. For Lisa, the consequences of misplaced trust and Becky's obsession become painfully clear. News of the crash ripples rapidly through Weatherfield and Corey Dale, sending shockwaves through both communities. Loved ones gather, clinging to hope and praying for miracles. Carla, only moments removed from her own escape, is consumed by dread as she realizes Lisa has been caught in the wreckage, a cruel irony almost too much to bear. At the hospital, raw emotion fills every corridor. Families cling to one another as medical staff move with urgent precision. Each door that opens brings a fragile mix of hope and fear. For Lisa, a woman defined by courage, strength, and duty, vulnerability has never been so complete. The sight of Betsy's belongings scattered across the road, a jacket, a small bag, a lone shoe, becomes a haunting symbol of what is at stake, amplifying the devastation beyond words. Meanwhile, Becky's actions come under intense scrutiny. Witnesses describe her erratic driving and the sudden swerve that triggered the crash. Police begin to piece together the moments leading up to the collision, slowly unraveling the complex web of lies, obsession, and manipulation Becky has spun for months. For Becky, survival brings no relief. Even if she escapes serious physical injury, the moral and legal consequences loom large. Her refusal to fully accept responsibility only deepens the sense of danger surrounding her, keeping viewers on edge. For Carla, the emotional toll is almost unbearable. Sitting at Lisa's bedside, she confronts the possibility that Lisa may never recover. Each beep of the machines feels like a countdown. Still, she speaks, pouring out love, guilt, fear, and regret, turning the hospital room into a quiet battlefield where hope and despair collide. The impact of the crash extends far beyond those directly involved. In Weatherfield and Corriedale alike, old grudges fade as communities unite in shock and grief. The scale of destruction forces everyone to reflect on trust, priorities, and the devastating cost of underestimating the wrong person. As Vicky Myers so powerfully sums up, life is never going to be the same again. Lisa's potential recovery promises to be long and painful, both physically and emotionally. Betsy, exposed to trauma at such a young age, may carry scars that linger for years. And Becky, whether she faces justice or not, remains at the center of a story defined by obsession, manipulation, and heartbreak. As the dust settles, one truth is undeniable: nothing in Weatherfield or Corriedale will ever be the same again. This tragic crash will go down as one of Coronation Street's most shocking and unforgettable moments: trust shattered, futures rewritten, and lives changed forever. Next week, viewers will witness the aftermath of this devastating tragedy as questions of accountability, justice, and survival dominate the streets. As characters confront the emotional fallout, Coronation Street once again proves why it remains the gold standard of gripping, emotionally charged soap drama. Lisa Swain's story stands as a heartbreaking cautionary tale of hope, trust, and the devastating price of believing in the wrong person. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more spoilers next week. Goodbye, and see you again.